Greetings, everyone. I am Kat MacBerrie, human YouTube reviewer. And that's Doug.
Hi.
And welcome, everyone, to our first official Star Wars Plus live reaction show of the Book of Boba Fett, which we are calling
Mutiny on the Bounty Hunter.
Yes, this is actually our first legit live reaction show to a Star Wars property. We've already done a review show for The Mandalorian and Bad Batch, but those have been straight up reviews just because, A, we weren't in a situation where we could do a consistent live reaction, and two, we weren't exactly knowledgeable on a lot of the source material at the time, so we didn't feel it appropriate to comment on certain things because we knew we wouldn't catch them. So this will be a first for us. We've officially caught up with all the backlog, all of the Star Wars stuff in terms of Clone Wars, Rebels, Visions, and so on. And I know this is probably not going to be in relation to any of that, but who cares? At least we're a little more prepared than we were before.
I mean, at least it's more tied to The Mandalorian.
Yes, at least we know that much. We've watched The Mandalorian, so we know what went on in there, we know what's going to go on in here.
And of course it's Boba Fett, so we have whatever.
He has his own slew of stories, books, comics, etc. I don't know whether they're going to acknowledge that here or not. We only have like the bare minimum of knowledge in that regard. Consider this just a bunch of noobs seeing Boba the way he is portrayed in The Mandalorian. Just see it that way. Another momentous thing we should note, even though this is the first episode we've done of the Book of Boba Fett, this is also the last episode we'll be doing for the year 2021.
Good riddance!
I mean, it was good in the sense that we actually got to do more of this in our new home, so you gotta consider that a point in 2021's favor, which I'm appreciative of. But yeah, like everybody else, I'm glad for this year to be over, and I look forward to what the new year has for us. And trust me, we're going to get to all the Star Wars stuff. Eventually. But let's start things off with episode 1, which is titled
Stranger in a Strange Land.
How original. And this is how many episodes long?
Well, here's the thing. It's scheduled to run for 7 weeks. So from this past Wednesday, December the 29th, to February 9th. So whether or not that means we'll be getting 7 episodes or not, I'm not sure. It may mean we get 8.
I think it'll be plenty. I mean, I don't see how long they can go with a premise like this unless something batshit insane happens.
But I think we have had an instance of Mandalorian throwing 2 episodes at once. So. Right.
I know this very well it could happen too. From what I heard, these are shorter than what people expected. Like, I heard somebody say, like, oh, this is supposed to be only 23 minutes long. And I'm like, huh? That doesn't make sense. I guess because we're also spoiled with Marvel giving us 45-plus minute episodes, so seeing something short like this, because it's only, what, you said 38 minutes long?
I think so. It's about 39 minutes.
Okay, so longer than your average half-hour special, but shorter than what Marvel typically gives us, which is fine with me. It makes it easier for me editing-wise. Before we start, as you well can notice, we are in a hotel room right now. The reason being we're trying to hide out from the plague out there, which is ravaging our area. So keep in mind we are working off of hotel Wi-Fi. So far it's been pretty good, but just in case, because we've had issues like this before, like our Molly McGee show, we had an issue last time we tried recording in a hotel room. So be patient with us. If you notice this episode is extra choppy, that's probably we had to stop multiple times just to cut around like the pauses and whatnot. But for the most part, we should hopefully be able to get through this, knock on wood. So let's get started and let's see what happens when Boba tries to take over Tatooine. And play. 40 seconds of helmets. Ding! This is sand.
No, this is pod racing.
So did Boba and Fennec kill off everybody in the palace? I know he's in a cryo tube. He's gonna wake up in 1,000 years. Damn you, Samuel L. Jackson. Oh, is he in the Sarlaac's stomach? Ugh. Interesting, the first time we see inside that thing. Yay, 1,000 years of digestion. Oof.
So, did a stormtrooper just, like, randomly walk into it or something?
Probably. We see how accident-prone stormtroopers can be. Ugh. Hope I don't give you heartburn! 8 weeks later. You must smell like feet wrapped in rubbery bird bacon. I have the biggest wedgie.
Ah, Jawas, of course.
Oh yeah, when they looted his armor. Freaking scavengers. Oh god, he's alive! Kill it! I really hope they clean that. Ding ding. Ding 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 ding. Psst. He's unconscious and they tie him up anyway. Have a carrot. Well, good on them for actually taking him out of the storm and not desecrating his corpse on top of everything else. Even if they make him walk behind the freaking bantha. I know it's sand, but that cannot be good on the back. Dude, you need sunblock, man. SP50 or something. You will feel the wrath of their sticks.
Of their sticks.
He's a pinata. Let's bust him open for candy. It's just some drinking table watching. But that's none of my business. It's a red version of a Greedo.
Guess I better see what he's up to.
Crocodile thing. Oof.
Now Peeta's gonna get all over him.
Yes. Ugh.
Rodian, do you want me to cut your bones?
What bones?
Oh, you tattle.
Fucking snitch. Jesus.
Surprised that thing can still move after what he did. He won't get far.
He really won't. You two, fight to the death. Oof. This is really fair considering he's recovering from injury and only has a stick while that guy has an actual weapon. Is he in a deprivation tank or something?
Probably like a
Back of the tank.
rejuvenation tank.
Time to go.
Ooh, daddy.
You're lined up to pay respects.
Oh, but where are the bat nipples? I brought you truffles.
Did you catch any of that?
Something about friendship?
We really need a protocol droid.
Clearly.
Ducktales.
1,000 tidings.
That's a Bosk.
It's an honor to be welcomed to Mos Espa by you, Ducktales. May you never leave Mos Espa.
That doesn't sound ominous or
Even
anything.
when a Trandoshan pays you a compliment, it sounds like a threat.
With apologies, I understand how one might draw such a conclusion from the correspondence.
Very well. Extend my greetings and
Alan Tudyk.
appreciation of the mayor's tribute.
The only tribute I bear is the mayor's heartfelt welcome, which I express in his stead.
Almost sounds like Owen Wilson.
So you
She closed
bring
your
no
eyes.
tribute.
Tell the mayor I'm here now.
He knows. Yes, he knows.
And he
I
don't
have another
care.
time. Next.
The matter of tribute.
I'm confused.
He wants you to pay him.
What?
How does that work?
I'm the crime lord. He's supposed to pay me.
Shall I kill him?
He works for the mayor.
Is that a no?
That's a no.
Keep in mind, he's a slave, probably.
Lord Fett offers the gift of your leave unmolested.
Apologies and appreciation. I would not be surprised if you received another delegation in the near future.
They may not walk out alive.
I keep an eye on everyone.
They did not surrender even after their patron was killed. They were captured alive as a tribute to you, Lord Fett. Their tortured squeals will send a piercing message to all potential challengers to your throne.
I do not torture. Would you be loyal to me if I were to spare you?
Why not?
This is a bad idea.
So she's got a bad feeling about this.
I mean, they either be loyal or they get offed.
They're used to seeing the huts paraded around the streets. Things would go a lot smoother if you accepted their ways.
Well, the huts had to be carried around.
That old Max Rebo.
Think so. Good to see he still got work.
Would you like your helmet serviced and cleaned while you wait for Madame Garson?
No.
Sure. Here, take my bells. Things will go a lot smoother if you accept their ways.
Says the guy who's been not doing that up to this point.
Huh. Yours looks shinier than mine.
Here's a bribe.
Boy, I wish I had a helmet.
Jabba had many vessels.
Surprise, motherfucker. Ah, damn it.
Of course.
Ooh, ow. Imagine Captain America had a shield like that. Nice to see the Gamorreans came through. Finish him!
I'll put a shock to your system.
Ooh!
Ooh.
Ow!
Ooh.
Blew the fuck out of him!
Alive.
Don't do what I just did.
We present to you Assassin's Creed Tatooine.
Oh man. Imagine how well that would go over with both fan bases. Prince of Persia! Ah! Wee! Breakdancing! I didn't realize they had ninjas on Tatooine.
Surprise, motherfucker.
Woo!
I only need one.
Yeah. Just kicked him over
Yeah.
the side. Wonder how many times he's had to go on that thing. What? 5 more minutes. Should kick him as he passes by. Fucking snitch. And we're walking, and we're walking, and we're walking.
Little moisture farm.
So they drew dicks on their wall.
What do you want me to do? Dig. Dig for that. Oh, you want me to dig for that? You want me to dig for water?
Good luck.
No hard feelings, mate.
You punched me in the face. This is like on the outskirts of Las Vegas with guys digging their own graves.
Easy, youngling. I need some water.
So there's just little balls of water scattered throughout the desert. I guess that's what the moisture farms are harvesting. I never really thought about it before. Oh, you ass! He's doing this just because he can. Just to be a jerk. You could run. Or you could kill him. You have options.
If you kept your snout closed, we can get to Anchorhead. I can get us off world. I could also strangle you with this ankle chain and feed your leg to the watchdog. Oh, that you understand, huh?
I found a dinosaur. Whoa!
Great dragon.
Oh shit. Well, you're a dead man. Oh snap.
Okay, this one's new on me.
Looks like fucking Goro. He was like a lizard.
Oh, you...
I don't know why, but this seems like one of those cheesy monsters you see in like the old Star
The
Trek.
Harryhausen.
Yeah. Oof. Oof.
I haven't forgotten what you did.
I ripped his head off myself. Of course, he takes all the freaking credit. Okay, that's a start, I guess. Oh, so that was Robert Rodriguez.
Yep. Well, didn't he also direct the,
I know he directed his premiere
one
episode,
yeah,
which was awesome.
from Mandalorian.
Makes sense with all the fight scenes and everything. He always makes it extra brutal. Ba-doo, 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 ba-doo.
Jennifer Beals. You know that name.
I know Jessica Biel, but...
Floppy Wiener, Floppy Wiener.
Yeah, I am Lord. Okay, so... Interesting start, I guess. I know it was like half starting, half backstory. Because I know we have to fill in like all the in-betweens from when he fell into the Sarlaac pit to when he showed up in Mandalorian. So, you know, I guess it is necessary in that sense. I mean, everybody already kind of knows how it happened, at least from the books and all that.
I mean, though, is the stuff from the book still canon, though?
I have no clue. At this point, it's pick and choose.
Yeah.
Besides, we know stuff that technically should be canon ends up not being canon, and vice versa, so... I have to say, though, he looks like shit.
I have to wonder how long he was in the Sarlaac pit to begin with.
Yeah, because I'm looking at it, I'm like, the digestive juices, like, singe away his hair and part of his skin. Is that why he looks so fucked up when he came out?
I mean, honestly, we never saw him, aside from his appearances in Clone Wars up to this point.
I know.
Actually, come to think of it, I think he did shave his hair when he appears in that prison in that one episode of Clone Wars.
I know his hair was cut, but it wasn't shaved.
We never see the guy in the original trilogy take off his helmet.
I mean, I assume he would have looked like just another clone trooper. I just like kept thinking, because when you see him again in Mandalorian, you see like how much older he is and how kind of fucked up his face looked. Part of me was thinking, like, is that from being in the Sarlaac pit or just from being out in Tatooine? I mean, I'd buy either or.
Given that we never saw his face, and that was essentially why it was so easy to recast him, redubbing the original trilogy.
Pretty much. Yeah, then as for him establishing himself, yeah, I can tell already there's going to be issues, because it's like, dude, you're on a planet where like 75% of the population are war criminals. Like Obi-Wan said, you know, wretched hive of scum and villainy. So you trying to gain their loyalties through respect, I don't see that going well.
There's also this whole thing of Boba having that reputation of being like this extreme badass. I'm kind of unimpressed with what I'm seeing and how he was able to be ambushed so easily.
Well, it is his first day on the job.
Yeah, but you're telling me he's never encountered something like this in his bounty hunting days? I'd imagine.
I mean, he wasn't exactly the center of attention, though. He was able to get around more unseen back then. Now he's like the big head honcho. So I think he's just not used to it.
I think he would have had situations like this come up plenty of times when he was a bounty hunter.
I mean, unless he got cocky and thought nobody would try to make a move.
Could be. But given A, that he's got the reputation already, and B, that it's known that he took over for Jabba, you would think he'd have a little more guard up.
I don't know, I guess he's just, at the moment, taking this a little too lightly, because he thinks, you know, being in Jabba's seat, that automatically should make everyone respect him, even though we saw from that one guy, the mayor didn't even bother to show up, because he doesn't think anything of him, clearly. Again, I think it's just, you know, it's his first day on the job, so...
You just killed Bib Fortuna. He was just the lackey for Jabba, and by the time you got to him, he was a useless fat ass, so...
But he knew how to play the game and everything. He'd been by Jabba long enough to know what he needed to do in order to keep his stranglehold on everything without opposition. At least you give him credit for that, but in this, like, Boba's trying to change the game here. He's trying to establish himself from a completely different path, and one that really isn't suited for the environment that he's in. I think it's a bit optimistic on his part to think that, you know, he can change things through reputation alone. I think that's what this was establishing, sort of.
Could.
Because even Fennec was, like, looking at him odd, you know, saying, "You sure you should be making that kind of decision?" I mean, think about where we are.
Unlike, I do appreciate him not killing the guards and keeping them on, because clearly they're loyal to whoever is in charge. They don't have particular loyalties to Jabba or to Bib.
They're probably slaves.
Yeah.
So, you know,
well, they're guards.
Yeah, I know, and they're probably trained just in loyalty, too. I mean, that was just practical. It's like he basically killed off everybody who was there to protect Bib. So, at this point, he needs whatever he can get.
Yeah. No, I think it was smart of him to keep them around. Clearly, they had his back during the fight.
Yeah, that was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, other than that, nothing else happened in this.
No, there's a lot of just like
filling in the blanks and establishing everything.
Obviously, we're going to have to figure out how he wound up departing the Tusken Raiders, whether they let him go or he escaped by force.
Well, no, I think they parted ways on a friendly manner, because A, he had one of their sticks, which, they would never give up willingly.
Which means he probably could have killed them for it.
Right, but the whole friggin' tribe, come on. And two, they wouldn't have gone through what we saw with the young Tusken Raider if he was going to end up killing them all in the end.
I'm surprised they sent the youngest Tusken Raider out to command them to do work, to command Boba and the other, Greedo-looking guy to do work.
I mean, they kind of modeled the Tusken Raiders sort of after Native Americans in a way, and that probably the younger ones who are on the cusp of, puberty or whatever, on manhood, they have to do something to prove their worth, to prove that they have a place in the tribe or something, and maybe that was something he had to do.
I don't know, it just seemed like you send the younger one out, they could be more susceptible to being persuaded by their captors to let them go, or,
I doubt it.
to being overtaken by their captor.
Yeah, the Tusken Raiders seem like Klingons in that, they're a warrior race. I doubt that even with the children, they would allow them to get overtaken by captives.
I don't know, it's something about it. It's given that the kid fell asleep on the job.
I suppose, yeah, that was a thing. But then again, I think they saw that the Rodarian was like a total chicken shit and definitely wouldn't leave. And since he's attached to Boba, there's no way Boba would get away without them knowing. The friggin' guy had it coming.
Yeah.
It's like, you could have easily escaped, but you had to open your goddamn mouth.
Then again, probably if he's like, how far is he going to get on his own? At least, like, if they had escaped near the moisture farm, there'd be something to cling on to.
True.
But, yeah, where the camp was, it's like, you have no idea where anything is from anywhere.
That was what confused me, and I assume that the only reason they showed that scene was to establish for later on. The kid drags him all the way to that moisture farm, only to watch as the guy running it gets beat up by what I assume is one of the crime gangs or whatever, and then gets his place, like, graffitied, and then they just turn around and leave. Because I'm like, what was the purpose of that? So I guess that was just establishing what Boba will probably have to face later on.
That might also tie into A New Hope. Because that's probably how Obi-Wan knew that it wasn't Tusken Raiders that killed Aunt Beru and Uncle Owen.
Well, no, he knew that it wasn't Tusken Raiders because of the tracks in the sand. Because he said that they always walk in a straight line, so it looks like they have fewer numbers. But in this case, you could tell it was troopers. That was how he knew. Plus, I mean, you saw the damage on the farm. There's no way Tusken Raiders could have caused that type of damage. So yeah, not really much to say about this episode. Like I said, it's just establishing at this point, and it's basically, let's see Boba's first day in the job while also filling in the blanks on, how he got from point A to point B. I assume that's probably going to happen again in the next episode, but hopefully we get a little more plot than that. I assume that's when we start meeting all the head honchos for all the cartels and whatnot. See how that goes over. Although if this just happened with them getting ambushed by street ninjas, after he just paid a short visit, I can only imagine what the rest have in store for him. And yeah, as per tradition with the other Disney Plus stuff, we don't know what the title of the next episode is yet as of this moment. I look forward to seeing where exactly this goes, seeing if Boba will figure out a way to incorporate himself that doesn't make himself look like a total stupid pansy, but we'll just have to wait and see about that. Until next time, I'm Kat MacBerrie.
I'm Doug MacBerrie.
And we're just simple YouTubers trying to make our way in the galaxy.